A scum in human skin has killed some civilians in Britain, right at the heart of the British government, right outside the British Parliament. A loser in life has killed some civilians. What was he trying to prove? He was a brave man? No, he was not. He was the coward who didn't have anything better to do. A coward who was desperate to make a point. Yes, he made a point. He was a scum on the face of the planet. If you do not agree with the British government, if you do not agree with the policies of this government, then go to a Muslim country and try to generate support for your movement and try to change the government to make a point to the rest of the world, because there is a global stage called United Nations where your government, a Muslim government, and the leader of a Muslim state can speak whatever they want to speak. Every nation on the face of the planet has signed up to the United Nations chapter, well, except the North Korean scums. Anyway, but your government, when signed up to this United Nations charter, then you do not have the right to break the peace. Doesn't Quran teach you to respect treaties? Doesn't Quran teach you to respect your government? Doesn't Quran teach you to respect the rule and law of the nation that you live in? Then what drives you? If hate drives you, then you are going to lose all the time. Because love, reason, and logic will win all the times. Look at me. There was a time when I also had left Islam because I thought Islam preached hate. But I was wrong. And I came back to my religion, the very religion which I preached for over 3 decades. And I realized that all major religions on the face of the planet preach love. Because hate couldn't have spread so much like the major religions have spread. So if you have a valid point, there are means to talk about it. There are means to have dialogues about it. Killing a few civilians doesn't prove any valid point. Where is this hate coming from? Deprivation, desperation, frustration. Where is this hate coming from? It is coming from your heart, which is lost, your mind, which is lost, your reason, which is lost, and your life, which is lost. If you are a potential terrorist, if you have terrorist thinking, then I will tell you, it's about time that you should go back to your scripture and think deeply again like I have done. Look at me. I preach religion, Islam, all over the world. And I love my religion. That's why I came back to it. And you are wrong. Killing a civilian is not going to prove any point other than you being a loser. Now, coming back to the British government. If killing civilians in the name of politics is terrorism, then why should the British government shake hands with terrorist leaders? I will take you 100 years back. During the Bengal partition and up to the time of Indian partition and eventually up to the time of India gaining freedom, Hindu fanatics were killing British civilians and members of the British government in the name of politics, in the name of freedom. Wasn't that terrorism? When Hindu fanatics who were members of Anushilan Samiti had formed Hindu Mahasabha and eventually had formed BJP and RSS by emulating Mussolini and Hitler, Weren't they civilians as well, who were terrorists as well? Weren't they killing other civilians, British civilians? How come we have forgotten all about it? How come we have now forgotten that Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi was banned from entering the US because he had orchestrated mass killings of Muslims in Gujarat? Why do we offer red carpet to a Hindu fanatic like Narendra Modi? Islamists are terrorists who tarnish the image of my religion. And I know they have nothing to do with Islam. But the same way, Hindutva philosophy has nothing to do with Hindu religion. But how come we forget to condemn it when many Christians are dying in their hands? If converting or radicalizing someone into Islamist terrorism is evil, which he is, how come we forget to condemn that 66,000 Christians and Muslims who had converted from Hinduism to Islam and Christianity were forcibly deconverted by Hindu fanatics, by Vishwa Hindu Parishad activists? How come we forget to condemn it? And how come we allow such evil groups to flourish in Britain? Let's talk about that as well, shall we?